Dig. Yo, what up, YouTube? What up, YouTube? What up, YouTube? You dig? So we're gonna be recapping what we were going through this past week, and just having a young journaling session. Yes, we will be journaling the trades we have been taking for this past week, right? So this was last week. This was, bro. I feel like I'm I'm slowly becoming a Sunday is the first day of the week type of person. I always felt like Monday was the first day of the week, but I'm slowly starting to become that type of person who believes Sunday is the first day of the week. So, this was last week Friday's trade, right? This was last week Friday. You could have held it, you could have held it and then seen how it moves today in like 2 hours, in the next 2 hours when market opens, and then probably it'll go up from around this price right here, right? So from here, because it's currently somewhere here, right? It's currently somewhere here, so it'll probably go up, you know, and target this high where there's liquidity and go a lot higher. So, yeah, we'll just be reviewing our entries, journaling our entries. Last week wasn't that much of a hectic week. I mean, it was kind of tense because I tried something new. I tried to incorporate London session trades, and I realized it's probably not for me, right? It's probably not for me. It's probably not for me. I don't know. Or maybe it's the timing. I don't know. I don't know what's up with these London session trades. Something is just not clicking. I don't know. Like something really is just not clicking with this London session trades. Most of the London session trades I've ever taken don't look so good, bro. They genuinely don't look so good. So I'll be really looking forward to this coming week. I don't even want to lie. I'm really looking forward to this coming week. We will be doing our first live trading stream, where I'll be actually funding an account and growing an account, and we'll see what happens from there, right? So that's going to happen next week. I don't know when, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, somewhere there, but if between Monday, Wednesday, if that goes out well, I'm very excited to see what's going to happen Thursday, Friday. Very excited. Um, yeah, I don't want to be too long. Two things we'll just be doing. Firstly, we'll just be journaling, and is there something else that I actually need to do? Ah, no, I don't know. So for now, let's just say the one thing we will be doing is journaling. This past week's trades. It took me so long to decide that. Damn, I'ma sit down and do this journaling. Oh, yeah, it took me quite a while. It took me quite a while for that. Um, it took me quite a while, and the real reason why is because um yes, some of you guys might have seen I did post on my YouTube channel that I will be opening a second channel. That is in the works, and right now it's forecasted, I think, within the next 2 weeks. The week after this coming week, I'm definitely gonna open um uh, a YouTube channel. I'm just waiting for the right date to put the right energy on it. So for next week, this is just an announcement. For next week, I am gonna be going heavy on YouTube content. I wanna see something because I realized actually I have quite a following, quite an interesting following of people who are interested in like trading, right? I genuinely had no idea. Like when I was doing it, I was just doing it just to like document my journey, right? That's the main reason why I was doing it. And I'm actually realizing that damn, I actually have a following that's very interested in like trading, right? And also at the same time, I'm also getting better. I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm saying I'm getting better, right? So with that being said, I am thinking of isolating that community, right? I'm thinking of isolating the MetaTrader, the trading community, so that I don't mix my content. I don't want to mix my human content with my trading content because I feel like it's too different. It's too different. It's just too different to throw into one basket, and that's the main reason why I'm starting a second YouTube channel. So next week, what I'm gonna be doing next week I'm just gonna be posting everything. Next week I'm just gonna be posting everything on this channel, right? To see which community should I keep on this channel. If I feel like, okay, I think I need this channel more for my human content, I'll keep my human content on this channel, and then the new channel that I make will be for trading. If I feel like, because last week, I think I'm going to base my theory from last week, because last week and the week before, I had a very interesting, what's this? I had a very interesting insight of the people who were reacting with my content for the past 2 weeks. And bear in mind, for the past 2 weeks, I've only been trading. I haven't been doing any other type of content. So I think I'm going to base it off of that. And then I'll see. I'm just hoping that I don't make the wrong decision whenever the day does come that I open a trading, a new channel, and then I'm not leaving out the incorrect community. I hope not. I hope not. But I'm very interested in seeing my growth within the whole trading space. And yo, okay, I feel like I'm yapping too much. Let's get to work, bro. I'm gonna go to Tuesday. Monday I didn't trade. I have no idea why I didn't trade on Monday. I think I was busy with something. I can't recall. I think, oh wait, yeah, I was busy. I was busy with something. I was busy with my niece and stuff. And then when it was 16:30, it was really too late for me to spark up stream. So I was like, I'll just continue Tuesday. So Tuesday, the London session thing happened. I deleted the London session analysis. I was upset, bro. I was upset at myself. I don't even know why I allowed myself to even like to even let me go to Tuesday and show you guys what I'm referring to exactly. I removed my analysis from Tuesday, bruh. I was not having it. I was not having it, bro. This is Monday. Monday I didn't trade, like I said to you guys. Monday nothing happened. 5th of May. 5th of May? What the hell? Why am I so far back? Wait, what was last week Monday? It was something. It was probably like the 28th or 25th or something. 26. Okay, 26 was Monday. So Monday, like I said, I wasn't trading. Right? So Monday was around here. This was Monday. This would have been a good time to catch this trade. That's if... Yeah, this would have been... Yo, I could have caught that trade. Okay, anyway. So this was Monday. Then this was Tuesday. So this was Tuesday. So Tuesday I did not trade. And what happened Tuesday really, really, really upset me because I had set up a bullish analysis. I think it was a bullish analysis. It hit my stop loss. And then look at what happened here. It hit my stop loss and then it come here and then it went up. I was so upset on Tuesday. Okay, so this was Wednesday. So we're on MetaTrader. We're gonna be analyzing Wednesday and Thursday. I think Thursday I did trade. And then on Friday as well. So we'll be analyzing these three here. Let me go to my Reddit real quickly. See, I had opened my Reddit. Now I can't see it for whatever reason. I had opened my Reddit. I have no idea why. Yo guys, don't forget to follow on my Reddit, bro. If you haven't already tapped in, go to my Reddit. I post all my entries and everything on my Reddit. So this is what I'm gonna do. This is how I'm gonna analyze Tuesday, Monday's trade, right? So I wrote Monday here. I made a mistake. This was actually Tuesday, the 27th of May. 27th of May was Tuesday. Okay, so because I'm journaling, I am gonna take notes on my desktop, and these notes that I'm gonna take on my desktop, I am gonna post them on my Reddit. For example, let me show you guys an example. These are the notes that I post on my Reddit, right? These are the notes that I post on my Reddit. So this is like my trading journal, all right? Yeah. So here I'm going to be analyzing what happened on Tuesday, right? So this had to have been the first trade. Okay, let's do that. Let me just write down these things. 27th, wait, Monday, the 27th of May. No, did I just write Monday? It's Tuesday, nigga. Tuesday, the 27th of May, 2025, 2025, 2025. Tuesday, the 27th of May, 2025. And then I'm going to put the position and lot size is one position of 0.08 lot size. And the market was obviously Xauusd. That's the market we were trading. The instrument. Okay, the instrument, this is where I find out what was the reason why I entered this trade, right? And here it's very difficult for me to analyze and see the reason why I entered this trade. I don't really remember. Wait, I do kind of remember. Wait, I'm gonna open the chart. I'm gonna open the chart on my desktop. I'm gonna try my best to go back in time and go to the Monday. I mean the Tuesday. I keep saying Monday. For whatever reason. I'm gonna go back to Tuesday. Okay, so I'm at Tuesday right now. It's Tuesday. Is this the right one? 27th of May. Yeah, this is the 27th of May, right? And that is obviously the first. But I feel like on my desktop I'm looking at something different. Okay, no, that's not the right one. My bad. Oh, I remember. On Tuesday there were two lives, right? There were two live streams. The first live stream was the London session live stream. Then the second live stream was the NYC live stream. And on the NYC live stream, I didn't find the entry. So I think that's why I got confused, because here I thought this was the London session and this was the New York. And I remembered that I didn't trade the New York session because I couldn't find the entry. I didn't trade the New York session because I couldn't find the entry. So this was my analysis for the London session of that day. And so as you can clearly see here, like, I was also experimenting, I guess. I don't really blame myself. I kind of do, but like, how would I know not to do something if I don't learn, you know? And I think this is where I learned. So here, what my error was. Here, I didn't enter, bro. I didn't enter off of any strategy, as you can see here. You could say for the most part that looked like this looked like a momentum swing going down, right? But I didn't get an indicator to continue taking this thing down. And as you can clearly see, from, let me do this. As you can clearly see from the results, right? this is the results for that trade. It completely continued going down, right? So my mistake here was the instrument that I use was the London Open indicator. That's the instrument that I use, and as you can see, it's not that efficient, right? So I'm gonna take note of that. I'm gonna say London, say London Open indicator. London Open indicator. This was the London Open indicator. As you can see, it's the only AC indicator confirmation that's here. It's this one where I took my first entry. That's where I entered at that point. And as you can see, market kind of went down, hit my stop loss, opened another trade, broke even, and then continued going down. That's another thing I've realized about the stop loss entries. The stop loss entries, most of the times, if at most the stop loss entries, if ever the stop loss entry doesn't like move at all, it's probably like once in a week. But most of the times, if the stop loss entries don't work, they just break even. So that's something to consider, I guess. I don't know. Okay. The time frame. What time frame was I using here? Is this 5 minute? Yeah, this looks like 5 minute. Okay, I'll say 5 minute. 5 minute time frame. The season. I mean the session. London. A London session. The forecast. Forecast. This is obviously a bullish forecast. This is obviously a bullish forecast. Our entry. What price was our entry? 33509. That was our entry. Okay. Let me just do this. Okay, target. What was my target? Usually my target is a 1 to 2. Usually that's what my target is, and I think it's the same thing here. So I think my target here was 3354. That was my target. That was my first target. My second target, I don't think I had a second target here. From the get. Oh, by the way, guys, if you feel like my analysis of these trades is a bit too vague, every trade that I'm journaling on my trading journal has a live stream of its own. So you could go to the live stream of that day and go have a look at the trading setup of that day and see exactly what was going on, why I took that trade, every single thing, how I put the trade, the TP, the stop loss, the psychology behind it. Everything is there. Everything has its own YouTube video. You could just go back and go watch that. This is just a bit easier for me because it also sharpens my skill to work based off memory instead of going back, and yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but it really does sharpen my skill of memory. Okay, I need to fix this desk because it's busy making a squeaky sound and it's quite annoying. So my stop loss, or how much was my stop loss? So my entry was 33509. So my stop loss is 33501 because remember I only risk 8 points. I only risk 8 points. So the loss, how much loss did this trade endure? It did hit our stop loss, so that's like 8 points. How much profit did this trade go into? It looks like it just went into like 2, right? Because that's like from entry, right? So from entry up until down here, that's like 2 points. I think that would be like 2 points. That's how much this trade moved into profits. That's how much this trade moved into profits while we were in the trade, right? That's what I mean. That's what I mean. I just moved 2 points. Okay, was this trade a profit or a loss? It was a loss. It was a loss. Did we have the reason? Well, why was it a reason? Well, obviously because this was just, it was a BS, bro. This is completely a BS reason for entering a trade. So how can I journal that? Oh, in fact, let me just say, no, no, no. But the reason for this one, why it went down, you can clearly see it's because of that momentum swing. It's because of that momentum swing. That's why it continued going down. So I'm going to take note and then say momentum swing down. Because this also helps me. Strengthen my probability of taking a trade based on momentum swings. If that kind of makes sense. Okay. Stop loss entry. Was the stop loss entry a profit or a loss? It was a break even. If we're being honest, was this is the stop loss entry, the second trade right here. Was this second trade a profit or a loss? As you can see, it went and then it hit and then it entered this trade. It broke. What I mean by break even, I mean it made 8 points. It moved back into our original entry, right? So that's what I mean by break even. So was this trade a profit or a loss? It was a loss, but it also broke. It could, like, if you really wanted to just leave this trade early, you could have. So I'm gonna say profit, but I'm gonna say break even. So in brackets I'm gonna put break even. So profit, but in brackets I'm gonna put break even. Because if we're being honest, it's not much of a profit really. It's not much of a profit really. Not much of a profit. Okay. I think I put a reason for my how much this thing moved. Okay, this thing moved. How many points into profits did this thing move? It seemed like it moved. I think we could definitely say, because from its entry, you could definitely say it moved like 8 points. I'm just gonna put in 8 points, bro. I could definitely say it just moved 8 points into 8 points into profit. 8 points into profit, right? Okay, so that was for Tuesday. So I'm done with this Tuesday's trade. This is the London session trade, right? And like I said, guys, this is on, where's this? This is on my Reddit. This is on my Reddit. Okay, let's go back to TradingView. Wait, let me just have a look if stream is still fine. Okay, this is fine. Okay. So that was on my Reddit. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go to Wednesday's trade. I'm going to go to Wednesday's trade and analyze and see what went wrong on Wednesday. What went wrong, or because I think the only two, because Thursday was profitable trade and I think Friday was also a profitable trade. So we're going to analyze. So Tuesday, we just analyzed Tuesday. Now we're going to be doing Wednesday, right? Let me go to the 5-minute time frame. Let me go to the 5-minute time frame. Thursday, no, not Thursday. We need to go to Wednesday. When's Wednesday? Okay, so this is Wednesday. Yes, this is Wednesday. Yo, guys, you're gonna have to excuse me for a second because, ever since I moved my setup to this, using my phone is not so friendly. Like, it was better when I was on the couch and I was using my phone. Now it's just such a drag, like, using my phone. I feel like I want to use my desktop, but Streamlabs doesn't work on my desktop, bro. So, okay. So, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to be analyzing what happened on Wednesday. On Wednesday, wait, the first thing I got to do, since I'm filling in this trading plan, first thing I have to do, I have to say Wednesday. Let's do this. Wednesday, the 28th, a money day of May 2025, right? And then you say the position and lot size is one position of 0.08. One position of 0.08, and this one position, right? One position of 0.08 in the XAU USD micro chart is worth 100 rands. It's literally just worth 100 rand. So you wouldn't need to put a stop loss or anything. Just fund 100 rand, use 0.08, and risk that. That's worth 8 points. It's worth an 8-point movement. So the market is XAU USD. Okay, so our instrument is the reason why we took this trade, right? So here, I remember Wednesday, and I think I took notes of Wednesday. I did take notes of Wednesday. When you have bullish indicators, no solid confirmation indicator equals to a lower probability. When you have bullish indicators and a momentum swing, focus on the momentum swing. Huh? Oh, you know what I wrote? I wrote, when you have bullshit indicators and a momentum swing, focus on the momentum swing, which is basically what I'm about to explain to you guys right now. So here, right? So here we had these confirmations. As you can see, this confirmation, wait, where's that? Okay, it's right there. As you can see, this is on the 1 minute. I'll go to the 1 minute and show you. This is on the 5 minute, right? As you can see with this indicator, let me do this. As you can see with this indicator, it's technically not supposed to be there. Technically, this indicator is supposed to be right here, right? It's supposed to be right here. But I was like, because it's close enough, it's fine. So I'll just keep it there. As you can see, with this indicator, it's not on the 5 minute, it's on the 1 minute. And 1 minute has a lower probability compared to the 5 minute, right? Okay, let me go to the 1 minute so I can continue explaining what I meant by how trash those indicators were, right? Let's do this. Wait, is this still Wednesday? No, this is Friday. So I have to go back to Wednesday. Yo, you guys, I really would encourage watching when I'm actually trading, because I do be dropping some gems sometimes, you know. Like, I remember one thing I said on, I think it was Friday. What is this? This is Thursday. Now I want to go to Wednesday. I think it was Friday when I said, I don't like backtesting. And the reason why, I prefer journaling the trades that I made at that exact time over backtesting. For example, when you're backtesting, right, you don't have the emotion and the knowledge and the skill of knowing that, damn, when price was here, it felt like this thing was really gonna go down. You don't have that experience. You don't have that trading psychology to be like, okay, next time when price comes here, I need to stay to my plan and things like that. So the problem with backtesting is you already see a full chart. You don't have the practice for trading psychology that when when price comes here, you should still just stick to your plan and not be phased. Look, like here, for example, it went up. You don't have that practice of trading psychology. That's why I don't like back testing. Although some would consider this back testing, I don't really consider it back testing. Okay, I'm deviating from my point. My point is, here we have to find Wednesday's instrument, the reason why we took this trade on Wednesday. And I was explaining to you guys that these indicators that I saw were complete nonsense. So this had something to do with why that trade didn't play out well, right? Okay. So you can see this indicator wasn't there. It's supposed to be right here, right? And the significance of that, you might think, what's the significance of that? It means this indicator ideally should have been here. Had this indicator been here, it would have strengthened the probability of this trend line. So because this indicator, I just put it there because I was trying to see if there was a difference, right? And I can clearly see now that, damn, there's actually a big difference. So this indicator was here, right? And like I said, had it been here, it would have been a different story. It would have increased the probability of this whole thing, right? But it wasn't there. It was here, right? And that's what we're getting to. We're learning that this is a big difference. Apparently, I also didn't know. I'm learning. Okay, so that's the first one. And then this one I already showed you on the 5-minute time frame. And this is also what I'm trying to tell you guys, that these were just bullshit indicators, bro. See, like this indicator wasn't supposed to be here. It was supposed to actually be here. That indicator was actually supposed to be there. So what's the significance of it? You see? So what's the significance of it being here instead of here? The significance is it decreases the probability of this being a strong trend line, right? Meaning what? So let me just go back and meaning what? What does this thing all mean? What do we mean by like a low probability trend line, right? It means, now let me go back to where we took our entry. It means this trend line has a lower probability of holding, right? Meaning that market could likely come back and break this trend line and go up. That's why I took this entry. That's why I took this entry. And as you can see, at the time it looked like market was forming what? Another momentum swing, right? So that was another reason why I took this trade, because I thought that this was just a weak trend line and this was forming a momentum swing. But I ignored what? I ignored this momentum swing. This big momentum swing right here. I ignored that. And ultimately what I learned is if my indicators are BS, if my indicators are bullshit and I have a momentum swing, that's quite significant. I should probably take the momentum swing seriously. That's what I learned. Okay, so what was my instrument here? Weak trend line. Weak trend line. Yeah, weak trend line. uh standard to yeah 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 standard two okay, or weak trend line, standard two trend line, it doesn't matter, but point is the trend lines were weak, right? So my entry, what time frame was my entry? So my entry was right here, and this was in the 1 minute time frame. 1 minute time frame. Which session was this? This was obviously the New York session, because New York session. What was the forecast? The forecast was bullish. What was the entry? Oh damn, I'm so clutch. What was the entry? The entry was 3304. 3304. That was my entry. Wait. Oh, I didn't open this. Okay, what was my target? Okay, remember my first target is always a 1 to 2. This is my first target. My first target is always a 1 to 2. 3326. This, for the sake of yeah, I don't think I put in a second target here. I don't think I put in a second take profit. So I'm gonna keep there only one take profit. What was my stop loss? Obviously just say 3304 minus 8 is 3296. 3296. Because remember, we only risk how many points? 8 points. 3296, right? And then the loss, the stop loss, obviously it was a loss of only 8 points. How many points did this trade move into profits? How many points did this trade? This trade didn't even move into profits at all, bro. Like, we just entered and it didn't move into profit, like, whatsoever, bro. Yeah, this is just deep, bro. This is just deep. Okay. Was the trade a profit or a loss? It was a loss, right? Did we take a stop loss? Or the reason why was it a loss? Why was this trade a loss? Do I say moment? Okay, I'm gonna say momentum swing. Momentum swing down. Then I'm also gonna say slash. No. See, what did I do now? So I'm gonna say momentum swing down. Then I'm gonna say slash weak trend line. I'm gonna say weak trend line. Right, that's my other reason why this trade was a loss. Okay. Stop loss entry, profit or loss. Was the stop loss entry a profit or a loss? Let's go back to our stop loss entry. So this was our stop loss entry. As you can see, what I always say about the stop loss entries, they at least give you the chance to break even. As much as this one didn't give us like a 1-to-1, but it does kind of go into profits a bit. But as you can see, this also was, this did give us a 1-to-1. You see, this is good. This gave us the opportunity to break even. So this wasn't profitable, but it was a break even. Profit brackets break even. It wasn't a loss, but it at least gave us the opportunity to break even. By break even, I mean entering here, then closing right there, so you can get the amount you lost on the first trade. That's what I mean by break even, right? And then here, this was just the first time I was trying to test this strategy on how to enter multiple trades. I'll explain that later. think I'll explain that later. But as you can see, this ultimately went down and sold and hit and stop loss. So Wednesday and Tuesday, these were two yeah. So at this point, it would have been down like 2 trades. Would have been down like 4 trades. That is, so that's like 400. Would have been down 400. Okay, now let's go to Wednesday. I think there's nothing more I really need to explain here, because the same thing kind of applies here with these indicators. As you can see, this indicator wasn't supposed to be here, it was actually supposed to be there. So that's what I meant by these nonsense indicators, right? Okay, let's go to Thursday. Let's go to Thursday. I'm gonna clean up my charts after this live. Okay, wait. I forgot to take note of something, but I'll just do it anyway because that. So we go to our next day, which is Thursday, and then we journal the date. So I'm gonna say Thursday, the 29th of May 2025, one position of 0.08. The market is obviously XAU USD. The indicator. Okay, so what was the indicator that we used here? Okay, I like this. What was the indicator that we used here? Meaning, why did I see a bullish confirmation here? Okay, I won't lie to you guys. I remember Thursday I was really struggling to find an entry. I remember I was really struggling to find an entry here, right? And you could say the first reason was because of this rejection right here. This rejected off of this trend line, and that trend line was kind of major. Let me show you where the trend line came from. Gonna show you guys where that trend line came from. Sheesh, my charts are so busy. Okay, so you can see this is that indicator, and this is the trend line. Let me change its color so you can see properly. Right, so you can see that this trend line, and this trend line, what I liked about this trend line is the indicators on this trend line was so good, bro. I don't want to lie. The indicators of this trend line were so good. You see how it keeps rejecting on this trend line? It keeps reacting. Whenever it comes to this trend line, it keeps reacting. And look at this. Exactly there, right? See, you see the difference I'm telling you about these indicators. That was good. Let me show you these other ones. So when I saw how accurate this trend line has been in the past, that's when I knew, okay, this is a trend line. I can kind of increase my probability based on a confirmation on this trend line, if that makes sense. Yeah, okay, so I hope that kind of makes sense. Now let's go back to Thursday. Gonna go to the 1 minute time frame, nigga. Go back to Thursday, bruh. Right, so this was Thursday, and I'm about to explain the re-entry strategy that I've been working on for the past few days. It's something I always knew, but like I never had a formal way of structuring it and like being able to share the knowledge. Um, so as you can see, obviously this was the indicator we had at 16. Well, the first indicator supporting our strategy after 1630, right? So that was the first thing. The first thing was that it rejected on this trend line. The second thing was that we had this three formation here, right? We had this three formation. So I had said that either what we're looking for here, either we're looking for momentum to break below here and give us a confirmation where it would tell us to sell, but like below this price right here, and it didn't, right? I remember saying that it was kind of risky that this thing might sell here, and it didn't. So I wouldn't say this was like the reason why I took this trade. I really would just say the reason why I took this trade was the rejection off of this trend line. The rejection off of the indicator confirmation from this trend line is probably the highest reason why I took this trade. It's definitely the highest reason why I took this trade. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see. Trying to see if, because if I hadn't taken that trade, I could have waited until price gave us a confirmation below for the sell or above for the buy. And as you can see here, we would have had an indicator confirmation. Then you would have had the opportunity to buy here. Then you would have just had your 8 points and continued doing that. So that would have also been another place to try and enter, right? So for the instruments, the reason why I bought, I'm gonna say rejection of strong trend line, right? Is it rejection or like support, bro? I don't know. Is it rejection or support? I don't know, bro. But whatever it was, that thingy went there and thingied. Okay, so the indicator confirmation, what time frame was this? This was on the 1 minute time frame, as you can see. So we entered based on the 1 minute time frame. What was the session? New York session. What was the forecast? The forecast was bullish. Damn. I've been saying, bro, like, I'm very bullish biased, bro. I don't know why I'm so bullish biased. Like, I'm always just looking for bullish trades. Entry. Wait, my desktop is glitching. That's why I'm staring into the abyss right now. What's that? Dude, this desk is so freaking noisy, bruh. Why does it keep doing this? Okay, what was my entry? My entry was 3309. What was my target? Dog, my desktop right now is just being very, very glitchy, bruh. What was my target? My target. Whoa. Slow down, Tiger. I think that was my second take profit. My first take profit should have been a 1 to 2. So 3309 plus 16 is, how much is that? 25. I think it's like 25. 3325. Yeah, let's make it 3325. 3325. That was my first target, and clearly here I had a second target. Yo, my desktop is just bugging right now. Okay, my second take profit was 3348. That was my second take profit. 3348. How much was my stop loss? 3301, because my entry was 3309. Did it hit stop loss? No, it didn't hit stop loss. Dude, stop doing that. Stop doing that, bro. Why is this thing glitching, bro? Okay, how much did this trade move into profits all in all? Now I'm just gonna go to the highest point of this trade. Okay, so after that it continued going down. So here it's like the highest point. So it didn't hit our take profit. So 3332 minus 33309. How many points into profits is that? I think that's like plus 9. 9 minus 32. Niggas, do the math. How much is 9 minus 32? Isn't it 23? Is it 23? I think it's 23. Okay, so went 23 points into profits. Was this trade a profit or a loss? It was a profit because it hit our first TP. The reason, I don't think I really need a reason, you know. I don't think I need a reason. Yo, yeah, damn, bro, that is just insane. Okay, the stop loss entry, I didn't take a stop loss entry here because obviously this trade went into profits. So do I explain? No. Let's continue. Let's do Monday, let's do Friday, and then I'll explain the step one, phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. This is where you have the opportunity to do re-entries. Yeah, let's go to Friday and then I'll explain, because Friday also had a step 1, 2, and 3, phase 1, 2, and 3. Friday. You see man, what I say about the stop loss entries. Stop loss entries, bro. Stop loss entries are so interesting. They keep showing me that like market really is out to not really catch you out, but it really does show me that we're all trading the same thing. Okay, Friday. What was the date on Friday? The 30th of May, 2025. One position of 0.08. Market XAU USD. Instrument. What was the instrument? Okay, this is a momentum swing. I remember. Okay, yeah, this is a momentum swing, but more than the momentum swing, what else was I looking at? There was something else I was looking at here. Okay, so obviously this is a momentum swing, obviously, but it's not the reason why I took this trade. I took this trade for a different reason. I took this trade because this broke and this was a strong trend line, if I'm not mistaken. I think yeah, this broke and this was a strong trend line. You see this was a strong trend line and it broke. Yeah. I think that's why I took this trade. Rejection of a break of strong trend line. So at my instrument, I'm gonna say strong trend line breakout. Then I'm going to say slash momentum swing. Slash momentum swing, right? What was the time frame that I entered this trade on? So that was not on the 1 minute, so it has to be on the 5 minute. It's a 5 minute. This was not on the 1 minute. This was not on the 5 minute. Is what I'm trying to. This was not on the 1 minute, so clearly it was on the 5 minute. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, session, New York session. Forecast bullish. Damn, bro, the whole week I was just looking for bullish trades. Where I got like what, 2 out of 4? 2 out of, yeah. No, 2 out of 4. Yeah, I got 2 out of 4. Because Tuesday, Wednesday were losses. And then these 2 were profitable. Okay. What was my entry? 328. Wait, huh? Yeah, 3282. That was my entry. What was my target? My first target was 3. Well, obviously I have to hit a 1 to 2. This is obviously my first target. Things I don't think I had another target. 3309 is my target. We have that. We didn't have a second target. What was my stop loss? So 3, 2, 7. 82 minus 9 is 70. Yo, come on, y'all. What's 82 minus 9? 82 minus 9. 73. 73. Okay, it didn't, obviously we did hit our stop loss. This was a loss. We did hit our stop loss. Well, a stop hunt really. Right? How many pips did it move into profits, bro? It went straight. It went straight to losses, bro. It went straight to losses. This trade didn't even move into profits, bro, at all. Look at that. We just entered and it went straight into losses. You know what I learned here? I learned that the strategy that I'm using, especially for the stop hunting, it's really good for day trading, because it tells me that when I entered here, I entered along with a whole other bunch of day traders, right? And that's clearly evident by the momentum of these candlesticks. You can clearly tell there was a number of people that tried to enter here, but there was a lot of sell momentum. I'm still not quite sure what this means. It could either mean 2 things, right? It could either mean there's a lot of people who were trying to buy, and then when market came here and stopped, the people who were trying to buy closed their positions. So when they closed the positions, there were more people who were selling, and then it decided to go down, right? That's what I think that means. Or it means a bunch of people try to buy and market try to like stop them out or something like that. Hear me out why I say stop them out. Because literally, bro, once it hit my stop loss, it went up. That's why I'm kind of not sure what that means. Okay. So, was the trade a profit or a loss? That trade was a loss. Reason. The reason is a stop hunt. The reason was a stop hunt. And then I'm going to say slash. I'm going to say slash momentum swing up, right? Okay, stop loss entry, profit or loss? Profit, proudly so. Was the stop loss entry a profit or loss? The stop loss entry was a profit. Um, how much profit did the stop loss entry go into? This is the stop loss entry, right? So from there, I'm gonna count how many pips this thing went into profits. So the highest point is probably somewhere there. So 272.96 minus 72, so that's 3, and then so like 23, right? 23, if I'm not mistaken, it's 23 points. It went 23 points into profits. That was not bad. All in all, these numbers are not bad. Me personally, I don't know, I'm not satisfied with these low numbers, bro, but we'll take it, bro. We'll take it. We're following plan, and based off this trading plan, I don't based off this trading plan. Oh yeah, another thing I was about to do, I was about to explain to you guys the phases thing, right? So enter here, right? From here we look for the first place where this happens. You see how this happens, bro? Wherever this happens, wherever we have a high and then we have a break with this with a full candlestick, that's how we mark each phase. So we had a high, it got broken by that. That's how we mark the first phase. We had a high and then it got broken, same thing. That's how we mark the second phase. And then obviously, because if this is the second phase, we're going into the third phase. That's what I'm hoping to see this coming market open. When market opens in an hour, that's what I'm hoping we'll see, that this thing will go up here, right? So with that being said, wherever this happens, you could potentially just enter a trade, and then that would allow you to what is this called, to leverage your position. So with that being said, it completely changes the dynamic of just entering one trade. It changes the dynamic of only opening one position to opening 3 positions now. So instead of closing, because remember, the risk to reward that I recommend using is a 1 to 2. So instead of closing 200 with these other 2 trades that you're going to put in, you could potentially close like 500, depending on how you leverage. Depending on how you leverage. So I don't want to really talk about leveraging too much, especially when I'm not like doing it physically. Unless I'm doing it physically, I don't like talking about leveraging too much. I think leveraging, you guys will see this coming week, this coming week I'm going to be doing more practical like footwork with you guys. So maybe that will become a bit easier. So yeah. So guys, like I said, I didn't change the title of the live. Okay. Like I said, guys, what is this thing called? Next week is going to be very hectic for me. I'm going to be putting in a lot of work next week. And for anyone who subbed up because of the trading, please don't for anyone who subbed up because of the trading, please don't feel like unsubbing just because you see me start posting more human content. I'm just doing it for the next week, and then after next week I am going to separate these 2 things into 2 different channels. So the same thing for anyone who subbed up because of the human content and you've been seeing a lot of trading, please don't unsub. I will separate the content after next week. So yeah. Uh I just opened my comment section, y'all. I just opened the live stream on my desktop. Yo, what up, JR? Yo, JR is still subbed up. Yo, that's crazy. Where's Vixen, bro? I don't see Vixen no more. Uh, Bale, I see you grinding this shit, bro. Hope it works out. I really hope it works out too, bro. Because if this thing works out, I will be able to do a lot more interesting content. And yeah, that would be very interesting, bro. And I could get a new PC. So yeah, man, I really hope this works out. Yo, thank you for commenting, Bale, bro. Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Um, Other than that, I will see you guys next week. Let me not take up too much of your time. Thank you for tapping in. I don't know if there's something else I'm leaving. I'm gonna stay for a second, just for anyone who wants to drop a comment or anything. Then we'll have a shot. I think next time, you know what I'm gonna do? When I start live, I will mention that at the end, I'll go through my comment sections, and then if anyone has a question, just drop a question. I'll rephrase something if I miss something, or I'll visit something if I miss something, or but for now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna convert this, and then I'm gonna drop it on the Reddit. So don't forget to follow my Reddit. Don't forget to follow my Reddit. Other than that, y'all, sheesh, man, I can't thank you guys enough, bro. That's all I can say for now. I really can't thank you guys enough um for following and subscribing and watching. You know, um at the end of this, I hope you don't focus too much on what I'm doing, but I hope it motivates you to keep grinding on what you're doing. Yeah, more than anything. I think that's the one thing, because I feel like, sheesh, bro, it's very hard to just tap into my stream randomly and try to learn what I'm doing, because I've learned it like, bruh, before I started streaming, actually, shit, bro, I have been doing this strategy for like 3 years, bro. This is like my third year doing the strategy, bro. So this is a very long time doing the same thing, you know. So yeah. So yeah. Okay, I don't see any comments, so I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave this, and then I'm gonna check y'all on the next one. I'm gonna see y'all, man. I'm gonna see y'all. I forgot to turn on the comments.